Do we have free will? I know it's a bit of a heavy question to just drop on you, but I'm sure many of you have considered the question at least once. The obvious answer would be yes, of course I have free will. I mean, I make decisions all the time, and I always feel like I'm making those decisions and that I'm in control. But what if we didn't have free will? What if all the decisions we make are just the result of previous events and thoughts that lead us to making that decision? The belief that free will doesn't exist is called determinism. Determinism states that all events are caused by previous events, meaning that nothing could happen spontaneously. For example, let's say I chose to have cereal for breakfast one day. I could have had eggs, toast, pancakes, many different things, but I specifically chose to have cereal that day. But even though I felt like I chose to have cereal, did I really? Maybe I was running late for work, so I didn't want to spend time making anything like eggs or pancakes. And maybe I'd been eating super healthy recently and wanted to spoil myself for the day, and thus decided not to eat something like fruits. You see, determinists argue that actions that happened in our brains started a domino effect that caused other actions, eventually leading to me choosing to eat cereal that day. It may seem that these actions happening in our brains could lead to many different results, but if you look hard enough, every answer, other than that of me having cereal, would be eliminated. While you're all having an existential crisis, I'm going to talk about physics. During the time of classical physics, it was believed that if they knew everything about a particle, its position, nature, etc., and they knew about all the laws of the universe, that they could predict with absolute certainty what would happen to that particle. This was a very common and accepted belief at the time, until quantum mechanics came along. Quantum mechanics basically flipped physics down. In fact, all the changes to physics laws and understanding were so overwhelming that physics before and after quantum mechanics were given two different names: classical or Newtonian physics for it before quantum mechanics, and modern physics for it after. But what exactly is quantum mechanics? Well, it's basically the study of physics at a really small level, looking at subatomic particles and atoms. One thing that came from the study of quantum mechanics is that it is impossible to predict with 100% certainty the future of a particle. Isn't that crazy? No matter how much we know about a particle, we can't know what it will do. That proves the classical physics theory we discussed earlier wrong. What does this have to do with free will, you may ask? Oh, let me tell you. All these subatomic particles are the building blocks for our brains. And since it is impossible to predict without any doubt the future of these particles, it is impossible to know the future actions and decisions of any individual. Therefore, we do have free will.